All right, hi, Paul Slackis. Good news, Brooke. Good news. Now, I've tried this oil. I tried it at the Fancy Food Show yesterday. It's this, no, lots of oil here. So we're going to have a heck of an evening here. We're going to learn and do a whole tasting of oils. You have a few different types, right? So your name is?
Well, we have one olive oil. My name is Mike, by the way.
Okay.
Cibo di Argento, we're the exclusive importer of Arte Olio from Tuscany. Here we have Aldo, the master blender of Arte Olio.
From Liguria for Arte Olio, from Italy, and
From Cibo di Argento.
All righty. We're here at Scarpettas it's on 29th and Madison Avenue, one of the nicest restaurants in New York City, as well as other locations. They're really great. So, I thought I had tried two oils at your place. No, did I only tried one?
Just one, two sizes.
Oh, two sizes. Okay, there was something too. All right, let's tell us about the oil.
Well, this is Italy's largest vertically integrated olive oil investment ever. Everything happens in Grosseto. Aldo here is the one who put the blend together. He's an olive oil master. I'll let him speak to it a little.
Arte Olio is a new company that's decided to close the circle. The farming, the milling, and the bottling all in-house to give to the consumers the best quality we can.
This is smart. So do you like oil?
Yes.
What is it about? What do you like about oil? And what do you like about your oil?
About the bad oil,
About your real oil, right here, right now.
I think we try to do something that can fit the taste and the preferences of 90% of the consumers. We try to do something elegant, harmonic, not aggressive, and that everyone can love it.
So you must have a lot of grapes somewhere.
Yes, we have 1,300 trees in Tuscany.
Oh, beautiful. Is this a blended oil or is it?
It's a blended.
What are some of the grapes?
Because the main grapes Arbosana, Sichitita, Arbequina, Coriana, Lecciana. We have 8 in the 800 hectares of the farm. 8 different cultivars or varieties.
Are you saying that in this bottle, are we talking Arte Olio, you have 8 different types of grapes that you have blended together to give you happiness?
Yes, to give happiness to the consumers. Yes,
All right.
That's our goal.
Okay. How do people learn more about it?
You can visit our website at www.cibodiargento.com, or you can learn more at arteolio.com, or you can just call us on the phone.
All right. This is now party. Oh, yeah. Go for it. Yeah.
My name's Michael, this is Alejandro. We're going to be taking care of you tonight. Lovely menu for everyone tonight. It's going to be brought to the table in individual portions for you. Starting off with a panzanella salad and prawns, moving into a pappardelle pasta. That's going to be served with a rabbit ragu. Finishing with a bistecca, essentially a porterhouse steak that's going to be served with some cannellini beans and tomato. And then finishing with an olive oil cake with mascarpone on top. Cheers.
Ching ching. Ching ching. Cool.
Talk about Arte Olio. We're very lucky to have Dr. Pino Cipolla from Italy. Arte Olio's export director with us, who we've learned a lot from. Mitch, my business partner at Cibo di Argento, which is our import company. We're the exclusive importer of Arte Olio, and we've had the chance to distribute it along the United States. It's now available on the East Coast through A Syndico and a lot of stores starting soon at Uncle Giuseppe's, DeChico's, and a lot of big time retailers. The word's getting out there. It is an excellent product from Tuscany, but I won't do it justice as we have the master blender who came up with the blend and really is the brains behind the oil right here in Aldo.
Yes, Aldo.
Thank you very much. I'm very pleased to be here in New York. It's my first time, so I'm quite really.
Battesimo della.
It was a very good experience.
Welcome.
I love everything that the town, the people.
Counting his passports.
Counting the stamps, you know. And we have been in New York, more than 250 times.
250?
250 times. So when Aldo says, this is my first time, I felt, that I have to protect him. But we want to launch this beautiful product of Mother Nature, which is Arte Olio, a real juice from olives, made in a very most modern possible way. No pest, nothing, in most organic way possible. And we spent many years harvesting first before reaching a product and a quantity to be sold overseas. Now we reach this quantity. Two guys are our importers, Mitch and Mike, and we are trying to reach the top level of between all the quantities of olive oil around the world. Italians have 72% of the market of olive oil in the United States, and 72% of the top quality oils. It means that we are specializing in doing, and also in China, 72%. We are specializing in very high quality product here. So thank you for being here, and enjoy the dinner, and Forza Arte Olio.
Okay. All right. I'm trying the oil. I tried it again yesterday. Magnificent oil. And a nice piece of focaccia. Got a good life. Scarpettas. A great restaurateur. They're in the Maidstone Grill now. Maidstone Hotel in East Hampton. You gotta go see them. I just learned what Scarpetta is from a nice gentleman sitting next to me. Your name is?
Matteo.
Matteo now.
Yeah.
Matteo is telling me, we're at a restaurant called Scarpettas, okay? And he says he knows why it's Scarpetta.
So we do have here a wonderful focaccia, and you see we have some rest of the sauces on the plate. So Scarpetta is exactly what I'm doing right now. So we're gonna finish the dish, just taking the rest of the sauce and the vegetables that we do have with the bread, and then that's the best honor for the chef.
That is it. You love the plate. Now I exceed that sometimes. I lick the plate, and sometimes I even eat the plate. That's the best.
Yeah, definitely.
Because if you live through that.
Now let's clean the dish.
All right. Beautiful.
When we test professionally, we test in a glass that is blue, or red one, or amber. Because you don't have to see the color. Everyone says, oh, nice color, green, I love it, I want to buy it. But the color do not affect the quality. So we testing blue, red, or amber glasses. The size is like this, like tulipan. And you ask us about the cup.
That's with like a paper cup. Those, these taste testing.
It's called watch glass.
Watch glass.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, I think it was
Like
that.
a watch, glass watch.
Right.
So in my glass, up the top of the cup of the glass, because you have to keep the flavors inside. Then you open and you bring close to your nose to smell.
When you get a bottle of wine, should you open it up and uncork it and let it rest or should you cover it soon after?
Yes.
Which one should you do?
You keep closed and then you open and you bring.
The whole bottle, if you can want to save it. If you don't want to drink the whole bottle, which of course we should. But
For
if you
wine
don't.
or olive oil?
No, I'm talking about wine right now. I'm so sorry.
Olive oil, you just pour 20 milliliters like this.
Uh-huh,
You don't
okay.
need more.
Okay.
You close it and then you open and you bring. I always suggest bring slowly close to the nose, not fast. Many testers, also for wine, they.
Right, that
How
was
can I perceive? I have to give the time to the flavors that are in the air, the molecules, the volatiles that are in the air to come to my nose and to my brain. It takes time. So I don't have to do it like this. Slowly, give it the time to analyze everything. Then you close again. And they suggested to make 2 or 3 smells olfaction, not more, because our senses are going to be tired very soon.
Yeah, no, I fall asleep very quickly.
This is the reality.
All right. One more thought. When you taste the wine, I chew the wine. Is that a good idea? Does that make any sense? And when I taste olive oil, I do the same thing. I did the same thing at your place yesterday at the fancy food show where they have a booth, and they're very accommodating and a very good group. I really like these new friends here. It's all good stuff. They're good news. Yeah.
The procedure is different. The conventional procedure in testing is different from wine. You have to drink a little bit, drop a little bit of olive oil over your tongue. Because over the tongue we have the papilla gustativa, the taste buds.
Yeah.
You have to give them the time to detect the taste. Then you have to strip your stripping, that is what you can call the spray effect, like the spray. You have to let enter a lot of air in your mouth and spray the small drops all over your throat.
Your throat, your larynx.
In that way, you will have 2 effects. The first one, you are going to let enter the air inside and going out from the nose. This is a direct
Some serious conversation going on here.
retro olfaction is. So you have to do both. Then you will perceive the spicy or punches.
Wow. Why is your English better than mine?
Why?
Yeah, why is your English better than mine? I lived here, a lot of years, and you speak nicer. I want to talk like you. Don't mind me. What's the website? How do we?
You can get it at chibodiargento.com. And you can get it soon at a store near you.
How about you get any of them other social network things?
You can go to our website right now, chibodiargento.com, or Instagram, chibodiargento.
So spell something.
CIBOD Argento, ARGENTO.
Well, how come that name?
What'd you say?
Why do you have that name?
Chibo means food, D, and then Argento means silver, which is Mitch's grandmother's.
Oh, that's right. It was a grandma going on. Good job, man. All right. Thank you.
Sir, may I serve you?
Oh, okay.
Couple of?
Sure. Yeah, whatever you got.
Or maybe 3.
Oh, are you saying numbers? The only
One
way.
more?
No, I'm fine right now. That's great. I know. You know that game with the Douay. When I my office was with Rai, R-A-I,
Yeah.
for 2 years. All we did was play that game and listen to Louis Dallo, that singer. Louis, I listened to that 100,000 million times. All right.
How many times have you been there?
I don't know, 6 or 7 maybe.
Oh wow! Wow.
Every year. Do you have any idea?
Around the world, in Italy?
Around the world.
It's like one of those jobs.
Because this market is growing
job
very
interview
fast.
question.
The consumers are growing, so they are planting all over the world. We entered here at 7 o'clock around. Every second we have been here, have been planted 7 olive trees, new olive trees.
Wow.
Every second you have been here. All over the world. Try to make the count.
Spain, right?
So all the planet is expecting that consumers are growing fast in the next 10, 20 years. And all over the world, China, Japan, South America, North America, are planting new olive trees.
Where are they sourcing, what seeds are they getting?
What's
Are they getting seeds from Italy, seeds from?
no plants, not seeds. They buy. We bought plants, small plants, 15 centimeters.
Ma il sapere dove?
From Italy or?
No. The most important producer of new plants is Agromilora from Spain. But there are producers of plants all over the world, because if you are in China, normally you don't buy in Spain. Okay. Also, Azerbaijan is planted.
Yeah.
So there is a very huge interest in this product all over the world. This is, you have to know, you have to share to the people these information.
I have a silly comparison for oil. Olive oil for me is like STP for a car in your motor. You put it in your motor and your car will run forever. If you take care of your car, maintenance every 3,000 miles, I got a 75 Volkswagen Bug, all right? So I know, you take care of the car, it'll last. And if you take care and put that oil in you,
Can I have the?
I think.
Please. Thank you for the idea. It's simple, but it's really true. Are you willing to spend $15, $20, $30 for 1 liter of STP for your car or your bike? Why people are not willing to spend $20 for this one or 25? Because we are what we eat. You all know. They spend a lot for the oil for the engines and not for this. What's the most important car that you have in your life? Our body, not your B&B or Porsche or something else. So you have to be useful to spend more for quality, high quality extra virgin olive oil.
I thought it was interesting that you said you have 8 different types of grapes in this. Is that right?
Normally 4 or 5.
Oh, 4 or 5, sorry.
We
Okay.
have in the farm 8, but normally we use 4 or 5. And another thing you have to know, because someone, I felt that someone is thinking that blend is the bad word to use. Think about if you drink a scotch, which is better, a single malt or a blended?
It depends.
I'm a blended guy.
And why for olive oil should be better a monocultivar against a blend? But also for wine. There are wines that are made with only one grape, but many wines are made with many different grapes. So it's not a trick, it's a professional way of approaching the quality of extra virgin olive oil. And I tell you a metaphor. If you made a paint, you don't use only one color. you use red, green, yellow, orange, blue to make a good paint.
Yeah, of course. Any fun stuff.
If you want to make a good paint with olive oil, you have to make blending. Exactly the same.
How do you keep it so it stays the same all the time? You know, you're using.
This is very important.
This is your
Blend.
secret ingredient, your secret sauce on
Yes.
how to keep it, you know, perfect.
Blending help the farms to be consistent along the time. Because if we use only one type of cultivar, or we can have problems from one year to another year. Maybe rains do not come, and we will have the defect of dry in the oil. How can I sell to my consumers if they are used to have not a defect like dry? If I make a blend, I can throw away the cultivar that has had problems, and I use other cultivars to get the same result for the consumers. To
So
be
you-
consistent along the time.
Wow. So you can mix them to just like paint. You can mix it and get any
Yes, to
what
get
you want
the
in the
same
end.
result year but after year. This is why
That's
it's
smart.
used also the blending.
Yeah.
Like another thing, more than 95% of the oil that you can find on the shelves are blended, are not monocultivar. But no one tells you, but it's the truth. I worked for the biggest company in the world, the Olio Carapelli, and all their oil are blended, and they make millions and millions of bottles. But all the big brands make only blending.
Uh-huh.
Okay,
All right.
this is very important to share to the people.
So if somebody was to say, you know, what qualifies as better, what are the qualities that make it better?
Sorry, can you?
If somebody said what makes this such a fine quality olive oil, what are some of the descriptions you would use?
For a high quality olive oil, what it needs to be defined. First of all, it must have some bitterness and pungency, but people do not love it. You know, when I worked for the Olio Carapelli, I told to Marcia yesterday, I think, for 1 year, we had complaints quite every week, because when you bottle 100 million bottles, you cannot avoid to have complaints. Also, Ferrari has complaints from his customers, okay? And more than 90% of the complaints coming from all over the world, the letters. Some lady wrote, please change the bottle. I bought a bottle in that supermarket. The oil is not good. I want you to change the bottle because it's too bitter. But bitter is a positive one. It's not a negative. So you must find some bitterness, some pungency, and some flavors. In that case, if there are no defects, but I cannot explain about defects, we need at least 1 day to open your mind to a new world. In 1 day, I can open everything in a new age for you about olive oil. 1 day course. If you can find some positive smell, flavors, bitter and punches, the job is done. Then you can like more or less because it's about your preferences. I cannot know his preferences, her preferences, your preference, because every one of us has a history in the family, in the taste. So we have different appreciation of some different tastes and flavors. But if you find good flavors, bitter and pungent, probably you are in front of a good oil. Pardon? About sorry. No, we are not telling that we are better than others. We are doing a good olive oil, and with this blend we set a goal. The property of the company asked to me, because when I make consultancy to companies, because I work for more than one company, I always ask to the company, what's your goal? Where you want to go? Can we go together there or not? They asked to me, you have to make something that can be loved from 90% of the people. And we did it thinking that, because if I'm going to make a blend with more bitterness and more pungency, I'm losing 70 or 80% of the consumers. I can do it, but we need to reach the taste and the preferences of 90% of the consumers, because we want to sell all the oil we are going to produce. Probably in the future, maybe we are going to add something a little bit different for niche, but not now. Okay?
But what is the taste of the people in general?
Of them,
People in general, the majority of the people, what do they like?
they like mild oils, sweet oils, mild oils.
Mild, right?
Yes. And when you enter a new market, you always have to start from the mild oils, because they are not used. If I trained some tester in Taiwan, and when I brought to them, because I'm going to bring to the new testers different oils from different countries, because it's my job to let them understand what they can have outside of the window. Okay, I brought with me also oils with high pungency, high bitterness. They didn't love it. They were amazing oils for a professional tester, but not for a consumer. So you have to start from mild oils, and you are quite sure that everyone is going to appreciate. You know what? When I do courses for one day for sharing to the people the world of olive oil, I always let them test the first sample with a small defect, with rancidity, a small rancidity, but it's very mild, very sweet. And then I ask to the room who is going to love this oil and to buy, and 90% of people, I want to buy it, I love it. And my slide comes out written, this is not an extra virgin, because it has a small defect, rancid. But they love it.
Rancid.
They love it.
But why do they push so much the market with this is extra virgin olive oil, this is very particular, no blend mentioned. Never mention the blend in the label of an olive oil, of the bottle of
You have the
olive oil.
reply now. The lady thought that was not a positive thing that we make a blend.
But we should change the view of the market, because this is the bias, you know?
It's the bias, yes, of course.
What you just said is that even in your land where you cultivate the olive trees, there are different types. I'm sure that one tree is exposed to the wind more than another, or to the sea salt from the ocean. The other one is more higher summer sun. So it's a natural thing. So this stupid thing that is super extra virgin, no intrusion, just how can you possibly make a bottle of oil from the same olives that, the olives cannot be twins altogether. It's a concept that should be explained to the people.
This is why we explain. This is why we are going to explain.
No, but to us, like generally speaking, the market sees, I want only extra virgin olive oil. Then, what does it mean? What is the meaning?
You know why? Because explaining to the people concepts needs time and effort, and more often you don't have time, and you don't want to spend your energies to explain, because it's not easy.
But why was this concept of extra virgin olive oil?
Is that pure?
Ah,
Is that
right, the name.
yeah? Is that pure? Is that no
okay.
blend?
Why extra virgin olive oil? What is this extra?
What is it? What is it? What does it stand for?
Everybody goes, is it extra virgin? No.
Yes, okay.
Oh, and then they say first press. First press.
No.
So that was
No.
another one, but no, that's what we know. That's what I know.
You know, the law, as I told you before, the law explains everything is written in details. Merceologically talking, in your country, you can find extra virgin olive oil, that is the first extraction, but you can also have a first extraction with defect. If appear a defect, is not anymore an extra virgin, but it becomes a virgin olive oil.
Defect. What's
You
a
can
defect? What do you mean defect? The bad grapes?
No.
What's a defect?
Yes, if the olives are not of good quality, can appear some defect in the extraction in the oil.
Okay, and they know that, and they make it the
In
second
the smell, in
level.
the taste, but
Okay.
there are many. I don't want to bore you with too technical things, but if appears a single defect, small defect, the oil is not anymore extra virgin, becomes virgin, a downgrade. You can sell to the people, but you have to write down on the label virgin olive oil, not extra virgin. Extra virgin is supposed no defects, perfect, like a whiteboard, no defect. If some gray appears, virgin olive oil. If the defect is high in intensity, it will be downgraded to another step beyond, low, beyond, and it will become in your market, not in Europe. We have only three classifications. Corrente, how is in English?
Is it a second press or second?
No. When you press the olives, if everything is okay, chemicals and taste, it's extra virgin. If something happens, a small defect, virgin. If the defect is like this, when the defect is high in intensity, the oil is downgraded to corrente. The name is. You cannot sell it. You have to send in a refinery. And when the defect is higher, much higher, it becomes a lampante. The oil that the Romans used for the lamps, to burn for lamps. Lampante, for the lamps. You cannot sell it. You have to send to the refinery. When you have refined the corrente or the lampante, you have a refined oil, like the seed oils. You mix with extra virgin or virgin, and you will have the pure olive oil that you have in your shelves. And nice thing, you know, the law do not say how much of what percentage you have to use. You can do everything. For example, in your country, not in Europe, it's not allowed in Europe, you will find labels with written inside light pure olive oil.
For cooking. You're supposed to use that for cooking.
Olive oil. And that is made with 99.5% of refined, or 0.5% of virgin or extra virgin.
But
they bottle it in Europe and they sell. It's allowed from the law. It's possible. You can use 5%, 2%, 20%, but you can use 0.5% and 99% of refined, and you can sell as. People think it's lighter, it's good for my diet, but you know what? All the greases that you can consume in your life has the same amount, or the fat that you can consume has exactly the same amount of calories. Not different. Only one has got less little bit less calories. You know what's that kind of fat?
Trans fat.
No. Only one has a little bit less calories is butter. Because butter has got inside some water. So every gram has some water, and it has a little bit less than 9.16 calories per gram, but only for that. If you keep off the water from the butter, is the same amount of calories of all over the fats. Canola, seed oils, extra virgin, avocado oil, the same amount of calories per gram. But people don't know this. We have to explain.
You see pure, you think it's one pure.
Pure is refined. It's not a simple juice of this. Okay? You have to talk to the people. But needs time
The camera.
and it's difficult.
Face it.
This is why no one is going to explain my oil is a blend. It's too difficult. It's a mess to explain. So they prefer just to sell extra virgin and the job is done.
Thank you for that.
Excuse me?
Is the preference the same in Italy as in this country for mild?
Yes, quite all over the world. You know what? You know why?
I know.
Because our brains, in Asia, Africa, North America, South America, Europe, our brains are not settled for bitterness. Because when we were
Bambino?
no, in the ancient times, when people do not speak, so some 200,000 years ago, something like that. Australopithecus, okay, they don't like bitterness in plants because bitterness is associated with poison. So our brains are not settled to love bitterness. We don't love. Try. Go in a classroom of young people, 5 years old, and bring with you a sack of caramello si dice? Candies. Two box of candies. One with inside honey, and one with rabarbaro. How we say rhubarb. Try. You get 30 young guys and give them 30 candy with honey and 30 with rhubarb. Probably 25 or more of them took the rhubarb and they say, "Ooh, I don't like it." But it's because they are white bored, so they react as the ancient. We don't like bitterness. This is why people don't like oil with bitterness, but bitterness is absolutely positive. We have to be trained to love bitterness. We are not settled for that.
Is bitterness more healthy than sweetness?
Yes, of course, because when you have bitterness inside, a pungency like here or more, it means that there are polyphenols inside, and polyphenols are strong antioxidants. You know, oxidation is what makes us older.
Age well.
So, if you consume every day of your life 20 to 30 grams, it's written, FDA in your country, publish every year a book online is published. In the last 20 years, it's around 200 pages. Who knows that is published? No one knows. But I know. I read every year the new edition in your country. Since the last 20 years, they are suggesting to shift the consume of greases, of fat from the other fat to extra virgin olive oil. Go and watch.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Very good.
So this is why I love it a lot, this product.
You can't really trace where your olives are coming from. They're coming from so many
Great
different places.
service here, Scarpettas. Great
At the moment,
service.
at the moment, the law in
10
Europe,
waiters came in and locked
I'm
this
not
whole
sure about your
half of the room.
we can
They're
write
gonna
down
come in soon again.
100% from the
Right.
country, from
Stay
Italy,
tuned.
like in this case,
This is good stuff.
or from Europe.
Ooh, a
then
little
you can
after
make-
dinner cordial.
There are blends made from, you can buy from Greece, Italy, Spain, mix and make a blend, but it's written EU.
Could be cognac.
Or
That'll wake you up.
there are blends that are sold outside of Europe. There are named Mediterranean blends. So North Africa and south of Europe can be blended together and make a Mediterranean oil. It's another game. This is made only with our own trees. And if you should come to Tuscany, please call me, and it will be a pleasure to share the farm, the mill, the bottling, because
375 million liters of olive oil per year. And the population is 370, more or less, 375 million people. So consumption in the United States is 1 liter per year per capita.
nothing.
How much is the consumption in Italy, as far as you know? Do you know? It's 11 per year per habitant. How much is in Greece? 12 liters per year per capita. How, do you know the largest consumer country in the world is Libya? 20 liters per capita per year. Nobody knows that. But Libya is a very small country, but they consume olive oil like mineral water, let's say. They're good. Not so much. But, you know,
It's a good question.
not so much. But they is called olive oil, and it's arriving from Spain, maybe, to be honest. And all the rest of the world, including Japan, including Southeast Asia, Africa, what else? South America. Oh, the second largest market in the world after the United States is Brazil. Brazil grows from 25,000 to 100,000 tons per year. Brazilians are 200 million inhabitants. They consume 0.5 liters per year per habitant. It is the second market not producing olive oil in consumption. So even there is a huge increase in consumption in olive oil of those countries, and so is in Japan and all South Asia. But the bomb, the real bomb, is Africa. You cannot imagine. Africa is doubling its population every 25 years.
25 minutes.
They are today 1,250 million people, doubling
Guy's got 10
every
lives.
25 years. And remember, Africa is big,
Where were we
30
born there?
million square kilometers, like all Europe, plus all China, plus all United States together. So there is huge territory, let's say, where the people are poor and they are waiting someone teaching them how to live, how to eat, what to eat, how to have a decent life. So the first that arriving there and teaching them some habit, good habit, it will win. That's the big bet of olive oil. This market, the new market in the world. And remember, Africa will double population every 25 years. There will be 2,500,000,000 people in 2050. and 5 billion in 2075. Then, when I born, there were 2 billion people on the earth. Now we are 8 billion 20 years. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. We are growing like a rocket, and Africa will increase this. So, therefore, consequently, all the agricultural products we have to produce more and more and more because the population is growing on the world. We have to produce more rice, more wheat, more olive oil, more vegetable oil, everything. And how we can do that? Super intensive way of producing agricultural products. It's the only way. Otherwise, we cannot feed all the people. And the people will not stop. They will continue to grow. And the heart is always the same. We cannot feed. We are thinking to put olive groves in the ocean. Imagine, because we need more space, more land. But thanks God we have Africa, which has a lot of, we need to go there. And we will, I'm sure. The future is big numbers. Thank you.
Beautiful. Come on.
Okay, so we are in front of the typical Vinsanto from Tuscany. What does it mean, Vinsanto? It's wine that after the fermentation is so-called fortified with a small addition of extra alcohol in aim to sustain the alcohol volume, okay? And to keep it really tasteful, especially with desserts, or maybe with really strong mature cheeses. So that's the use that I suggest to appreciate this specialty from Tuscany. Cheers.
It's called one more time. What's this?
Vinsanto. Vinsanto.
Beautiful. Matteo, thanks.
Grazie mille.
Grazie.
Salute.